Yes, and Jelani Asar here with Income Protection Atlanta. First things first, go to incomeprotectionatlanta.com. Right now, just open up a new tab or a new browser in Firefox or whatever your browser may be. Go to incomeprotectionatlanta.com and join our email list so you can receive your free report entitled Protect My Income in Atlanta, only for you if you desire more financial security in this volatile and chaotic economy. And now let's get to our interview with another mesmerizing Atlanta business owner.
And this question here is about money. I suppose we could break it into maybe three parts or so. The first part here is how important is money, and has this changed throughout your life, or at least your opinion of money, has it changed as you've continually built up your success? So that's the first part. The second part, and I'll repeat these. The second part, how important is money? Oh, yes. How does it feel to you to be financially successful, and what it means in your life? And then the third part is, why is it that so few people achieve financial success? And further, why is it that so many people go their entire life, here in the States of all places, Western world, why is it that so many people go their entire life not only not achieving financial success, but struggling and having that very deep, gnawing, nagging, poisonous stress and worry about money?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is, how important is money to you, and has this opinion changed as you've gone through your career?
Well, I think when people say that money isn't important, they're oftentimes bewildered about how to earn money.
One more time?
They're bewildered. They don't know how.
Bewildered.
They can make money. So, in the arts, where I was for almost 20 years, people kind of looked down their nose at people who did things that were quote unquote financially rewarding. So we had I was in a film cooperative where we promoted our films together, and one woman made over $1 million with her film, but everybody talked down about her film. It wasn't artistic, it wasn't very well made, but it made $1 million.
Right.
So I came out of that environment where, aesthetics were more important than money, that being true to your art was more important than money. But money becomes increasingly important as you get older. And my son would have an argument with me right now because he's actually down on Wall Street demonstrating. So he's and I applaud him for it, because he's very thoughtful about it, and he writes a lot about it, and he's 24 years old, and I think you should be questioning the system when you're older, when you're young. But my attitude towards money, I think, changed when I realized that it's just a measurement. It's not anything in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we get so attached to the money as having meaning, and that's where the whole issue of people feeling badly about money. There's nothing intrinsically right or wrong, good or bad about money. It's just a measurement of something. And you don't, in one society you may need very, very little money. When I lived up in State College, Pennsylvania, I could live on $2,000 a month. Living on $2,000 a month in Atlanta, Georgia might be a little more difficult.
Right.
So and I would say our lifestyles were fine. We had a very nice life, but we didn't make very much money. but there are times when you realize that money can do so much good in the world. And the part that always bothered me was I didn't feel I had enough, because that's also an opinion. I didn't have enough to share with other people. And when I was making a lot, I was able to, for instance, one year I supported a homeless woman. I paid her apartment for a year.
Oh, really?
And there's no right, wrong, or whatever about that.
Right.
In that moment, I had the ability to do it.
Right.
I mean, right now I wouldn't have that ability because my husband's business went in the tank, and so we've been challenged financially because of that business failing. But so money changed me to a certain extent. I certainly live a much nicer lifestyle. I'm able to do things. The other thing that money enabled me to do is see my twin sister. I hadn't seen her in 4 years. And in this business, and she's in the business with me, so we see each other constantly. And I'm able to visit my mother. I took off 4 weeks this summer. I went to see my mother and just came back from another visit with her. And if she was in trouble or needed something, I'd be able to go to her in just a split second. There would be no hesitation. I wouldn't have to think, can I afford it? And yet I wasn't able to go 6 hours to Florida when my mother-in-law passed away to see her before she passed because I couldn't afford it. So, that's where money comes into you just think differently about it. And I believe that people should earn as much money as they need. And that's one of the reasons I'm in network marketing, because I think that's the place where you can do that.
Right, where you actually have that option.
Yeah. So these are all very interesting questions, and I think if I had the answers to them, I would I'd be on the top of the world. What's the next one?
The next one is, you partly answered it towards the end of your answer to the first one, but it's how does it feel? How does it feel to not be so much in those situations, or a whole lot less than before, when you're in situations where you're thinking about money and it's a constraint on what you can do. I mean, your ability to live life. I mean, to really do something. Yeah. How does it feel to have that opened up more?
Well, I think, it's different than just getting suddenly showered with money, winning the lottery or whatever. It's different when you know that you have a mechanism by which you can earn as much money as you need. I feel I can, if I needed to suddenly earn $1,000 to pay a bill, I know exactly what to do. I know how to do it, and it would just be a matter of going out there and doing it. And I could earn that money. So that's where you feel freedom, not where money has been given to you, but where you really, truly are in control. It doesn't control you. You're in control of it. And that's where you have options.
That's heavy.
Okay. And that's the reason why people in this economy are so, they're like deer in the headlights, because they don't have a job, they don't know how to get a job, they don't believe that there's a job out there, and that's the number one thing. If they believed there was a job out there, they would be in a much better state of mind. But they don't believe any of those things, so as a result, they are finding themselves in situations where they are, they basically, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I have a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that is that I will always be financially okay. I can get, challenged at times, but it seems like whenever I'm challenged, something drops in my lap. So,
well, considering how you told the story, how you started it all out, I mean,
and wonderful. And join us for our next part of another fantastic interview with our great guest, with another amazing Atlanta business owner. In the next video.